Good morning and welcome to the broadcast, everybody. As you can see, it is a beautiful day. It's going to get up in the 80s, sunny, just a couple of pretty little clouds in the sky, but it's going to be a great day. I'm going to tell you, you know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because I went to Burger King. I forgot my muffins at the house. Get to Burger King to get me a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. And of course they throw we've got 2 for $4 on there. Of course I'm going to get 2 of them. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We got Willard warming up. I've already done my pre-trip on truck and trailer. All we have to do today, run up to our previous job, get the Kubota tractor, and load it out to the next job, which is down in Flat Rock, North Carolina. We've got about an hour and a half journey on that. So let's jump in the truck and get trucking. Guys have noticed that I don't even think I've driven the 750, but one time, if that, since we got this truck out of the shop, I'm telling you, this truck is so much more comfortable. Air ride cab, the whole cab floats on 2 air cushions, and the seat is air ride. The 750 is in semi-retirement, folks, I'm telling you. There's really not, I'm finding a whole lot of places that I just can't get this truck into. And I'm probably going to end up using this truck even in those cases, as long as I've got somewhere I can stockpile material and just shuttle it with the machine. It's just a lot more convenient and efficient to do it that way. And to anybody out there, I was talking to my buddy Kevin yesterday, anybody out there who's going to be doing like longer gravel driveways, go ahead and get a tandem. And this is just me speaking from experience. You can find guys pretty easy that have a single axle to sub to, and you can find people with triaxles and quads. But to start out, just go ahead and get a tandem. That's my thought today. It may change tomorrow. But I have done thousands of driveway jobs, and I'm going to tell you, you've got to be able to haul some material. And for guys who are thinking you're going to get a 450 or a 5500, there's going to be people who say, I do it all the time. Sure you do, but it's just not efficient. And I'm not saying that having a smaller truck like that makes you less of a company. It's just going to make your life easier if you're efficient. It'll make your bidding easier. It's going to make it easier to be competitive in the market. I think a tandem in the mountains anyway, and areas where it's curvy, a tandem is where it's at if you're just wanting to do driveway repairs. Driveway repairs are not the biggest money in comparison to other excavation and grading jobs, but they're usually a low stress job, and you get to them when you get to them. Most people are going to wait on you if your bid is good. You guys that have been with the channel for a while, you know that I was looking for either a tandem or a triaxle truck, but I was really wanting a tandem just because it's less intimidating, and I know that I can tailgate more driveways. But just in this short period of time, I am beyond thankful that I ended up finding this triaxle. Absolutely thankful. This has been game changing, and I hadn't even had it on the road a month, but I can see already that for me and my uses, being able to haul 17 tons legally as opposed to 14 tons legally, there's no comparison. And literally every 4 loads you're getting a load hauled. There's really not much more fuel. This truck pulls Well, I hauled a 10-ton load, or I'm sorry, an 8-ton load yesterday, and it really pulls that about the same as 14 tons. And that's where torque comes into play. If I had a whole bunch more horsepower, you could tell a difference in speed. But with just a lot of torque, it's going to pull larger variances of weight about the same. Man, I'm absolutely thankful. After running single axles for a few years and absolutely every single bump jarring my guts out. And the other thing is the seat that I'm sitting in. This seat, there's no telling how old it is, but I love it. Why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's broke in. And I literally feel like I'm driving a road tractor again. It feels like I'm just kind of floating down the road. That's another reason I wanted a used truck. Number one, no emissions stuff until they get that figured out. And everything's broke in. Everything's solid. I do have a broken stud bolt on the exhaust manifold, just one. And I am seeing just a little bit of sooting building up around that, so it's losing some amount of pressure, which can affect power, but it's building up soot so slow that it has just got to be a minute amount of air leaking out, and it's probably only when I'm really pulling hard, going uphill, and it's really pushing. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. Are you running a pre-emissions truck or post-emissions? And tell us what truck you're driving, what year, and what issues you've had. And that'll give everybody who's thinking about buying a truck an idea of how it works out. In the long run, my mechanics tell me in general, and they're really good mechanics, guys. They are a super great bunch of people. It's a wash. It ends up being about the same. It's just, do you have a payment? I should say it's about the same as far as cost. You've either got a payment or you've got maintenance. But now you can get stuck in a gray area if you don't pay your truck down. You may get a low payment and you may get the thing halfway paid off, your warranty runs out. Well, now you got a big payment still, and you're having to pay for parts that are wearing out. So that's not a place you want to be. My recommendation, if you want a new truck, get a brand new truck. Brand new. That way you've got at least warranty, and trade that sucker as soon as the warranty goes out, or at least even getting close to it. But from my experience, and this is not going to work for everybody, but I would rather have an older truck. I'd rather have an older truck that is paid for. This Mack, I had a check made. It's a cashier's check. I can't say I wrote one, but you know. I handed them a check. I got a title. I own this truck. Nobody can take this from me. Legally. Well, maybe the government can, but you know. If they do, I'm not going to cry and moan about it. I'm going to be like, well, that stinks. I'm going to go get another truck. For those of you who missed it or are just new to the channel and didn't hear it, after we paid $30,000 for the truck, all those suspension repairs and the hood mirrors and a bunch of other little stuff that I just wanted done ended up coming in right at, I think, $8,900 parts and labor, which was under $10,000. I was really hoping to stay under. As far as I can tell, this truck runs like a champ. It has not used or lost any engine oil. None. That I can tell. Well, the dipstick is the same every day, but I'm still going to check it every day because it being an older truck, something could rear its ugly face. The last thing I want is to blow an engine. We keep good oil pressure. We really don't have that many things to fix. I gotta get my speedometer fixed. I've got to get that broken stud bolt on the manifold fixed. Just a couple of little odds and ends. I don't know if it's a MACK thing or what, but that thing sounds like the shifter on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Anytime, even if you go right into gear, it makes a clunk. If you rode a Harley, you know what I'm talking about. Every time you shift, especially down first gear, clunk. They've got this shifter, the stick, wrapped with a foam. And I'm guessing they did that to soften the sound of this shifter. But I'm telling you, I've never heard one that loud. Out of coffee. Switch over to iced coffee. Boy, that's good. Guys, we just showed up on the previous job site. You can see that last load that I tailgated out yesterday just needs a little bit of touching up, so we're going to jump on the tractor, run it up and down this road 2-3 times, get everything finally touched up, and load up and get out of here. All right, everybody, as you can see, our pad is done. It is within the level tolerance to put the little carport on, and behind me, a freshly graded, brand new road bond driveway. It doesn't look compacted just because I roughed up that top layer, but from multiple trips in and out with the truck, it's turned out pretty nice. I'm happy with it. Hopefully you're happy with it. Let's get in the truck, go to the next job. All right, friends, we have arrived, and it was actually Zirconia, North Carolina, where we're working at. We've worked here before. Some of you will recognize this job. We have graded this road before. We have put a culvert in, and we've added a ton of road bond. Actually, I shouldn't say a ton because that's not much in this business. Several hundred tons of road bond. So let's jump on the tractor right up to where we're working and show you guys what the next project entails. We have arrived at the top of this mountain. It's gonna be beautiful working up here for about a week, I guess. Not really positive. May get to play around with this little rig right here. One issue is that when it rains, water coming around that curve is washing the pea gravel. So we're gonna have to figure out a solution for that. I'm thinking about bringing some road bond and building this slope up, so instead of going up, it's a smooth transition. And then another little bit of an issue is we've got water standing right here, so I may put my catch basin in and drain it over that way. It's kind of my thinking. And then, of course, down through here, we did some road bond here, I think, and then we top coated it with the washed stone. But you can see water's kind of lollygagging around right here. So I'm thinking we're going to tailgate out material and just move this road over a little bit, or at least build it up to where we can crown it more, and water will be forced to stay over this way and then run down to this culvert, which we put in a previous video. I'll try to put a link on the screen, upper right side of your screen right now, if I remember. I may not remember, but I'll try. We dug in here, and all of his utilities, right there's where they come in. I think they go straight up to the house. This was a fun little culvert to put in. It's like it's holding up quite nicely. We left that log lay over there as kind of a water break, and you can see that it's not allowed for any erosion. So that's our job. We're going to be starting in the next video. Hopefully you guys decide to subscribe if you're new to the channel and join us, join the family and the channel. And as always, two things help this hillbilly keep this channel going: like and comment. Be sure to comment. I love reading through them, and if I give it a heart, that means I read it. And I try to read every single one of them because I appreciate each and every one of you. So we will see you guys on the next video when we start this little project. Thanks, guys. We'll see you then.